Let me just let this go off with a bang and just light this like this. Because I just soaked that shit with Florida water. Oh, but it's kind of soaked, like I said. Alright, let's get into this collective message real quick. I'm gonna end this off real quick. A little bit of violet and mint. And as always, my favorite. Florida water. There's something about the significance of sunset. Sunrise and sunset, but specifically sunset. But for one of you, it's going to be more specifically sunrise. There's an energy of like fully watching, being fully engaged with the sun as it's setting. This could also signify being fully engaged with the end of a transformation, fully aware with the end of a transformation. This is you guys emerging as the butterfly. Let's continue. This is a collective message. Let me wipe this off first. This is a little oily. Let's tap us into the heart chakra energy real quick. Hold on. You guys might not be able to hear it, but it's going to be there anyways. Spirit, tune us into this heart chakra energy. And for those of you that might be a little bit confused, the reason we are tuning into the heart chakra is because money is a heart chakra thing. Money is on the energy. It is the energy of abundance. It is abundance personified. It is abundance monetized, right? Just felt like I needed to put another one. The collective message, please. Page of voices. Why are you guys not using your voice? For some of you guys, this is singing, this is writing, this is putting a message out in some way, some shape or form, right? Others of you, this is telling your boss what you really need to tell them. Hold on, let me get my chair. Telling your boss what you really need to tell them, speaking out at that company meeting, sharing those ideas with that team, right? For others of you, this is community. This is why aren't you speaking to somebody? Why aren't you being honest? Why are you where could you listen more? Four of voices. surrender. What are we talking about? In which ways do we not surrender enough, and in which ways do we think we're surrendering a little too much? Could we have more aligned action? Awakening. With this awakening is going to come the nudge of the past. When you're moving forward, you're always going to feel that nudge of the past saying, no, don't make that move. Don't take that change. Don't do that thing. This is how we've always been, right? Don't you love how we've always been? Or doesn't it just feel so right to be how we always have been? Or I don't feel like doing that today. Maybe tomorrow. Can we make that change tomorrow or the next day? Or how about next month? Always trying to find a time. You're never going to get a time. If you kind of always just wait for the time, you're never going to get a time. It's got to be now. You've got to jump into that new version of self now. You've got to love that new version of self and that old version of self. At this point, we've loved that old version of self to death. And now it just comes embracing the new self. And with embracing the new self, we can't be scared of our power. Right? We can't be scared of our power. We have to let it in. And we can't fear it. A lot of us here, we fear our power in some way. For some reason, it's going to be different for each of you, so I'm not going to expand on that. I'll let your intuition expand on that. This has been a long fucking time coming. Whatever breakthrough is around the corner here for us. Back of the deck, 2 of Pentacles in reverse. You guys have made the decision. You've made that step. You've taken that step forward. It's just like you need to leap. I'm getting the song Oh My God by Adele, where she says, I'm a fool, but they all think I'm blind. Right? The fool in tarot, he takes a risk, and some might say in instances it was a calculated risk, others might say it was a foolish risk. But if he didn't take that risk, he wouldn't have reaped the benefits of those lessons or those abundances that came through that risk, right? And she also says in that song, it's the literal next line, she says, I'd rather be a fool than leave myself behind. She says, I'm a fool, but they all think I'm blind. I'd rather be a fool than leave myself behind. Just think on that for a minute. How are people going to look at me? How are people going to see me? What are they going to think? Are they going to understand? Are they going to like me? Are we going to lose people? Are we going to scare people away? Are we going to deter people? Are we going to look different? God forbid we look different. Right? It is no business, none of your business, no business of yours, what another person has to say about you, and that's on that, and that's on the death of our old self, right? And that's on my old self. What's the new energy? Look, the new energy that's coming in is the 10 of emotions, the 10 of cups, full emotional fulfillment. That's beautiful. Let me get what to look forward to. Responsibility. This is an omen that more balance is needed. What did I say? For a lot of you, in the responsibilities you're taking in life, taking on too much or too little responsibility leads to resentment, poor health, and inequality. Refine your routine, delegate tasks to others, take responsibility for things you've done, and don't take responsibility for things that are not your own. You'll know if that message is for you, and you'll know what parts of it are for you if it is for you. Travel. This is an omen that a new adventure awaits you and opportunities to travel are coming. It's time to get out of the house and see new parts of the world, even if it's just a new part of your town or countryside. Pay attention to the timing and plan accordingly. Be smart with your money. Pick the right travel companions and enjoy yourself as well. So that's a self-explanatory message. When it said, be smart with your money, I also feel like that is another energy here, that your abundance energy wants to tell you that it's really important to be smart with your money, because it can come in so much, but if you do the wrong things with it, It's like you need to know what to prioritize on. And I'm not saying don't go indulge in yourself. Do it, babe, if you need to. But just make sure you always have limits, and make sure that you're doing for the right people for the right reasons, right? And then we have language on the back of the deck. And that's really just asking you to watch how you speak. It's really asking you to watch how you speak about people, yourself. What are you speaking on your life and onto others, right? And then let's get the core energy here. The numinous, mystery. Yeah, because we're diving into this new sense of self. Yeah, what awakens you? Chiron or Chiron, healing. So the basis energy here is that you need to, your new version of self, find out what makes this new version of self tick. Find out what makes this new version of self happy. Find out what makes them sad. What are their passions? What are they really good at? Right? Find out ways to embrace and love and take positive action towards getting to know this new version of self. Right? For example, this is really it's not really personal, but you know, I have really damaged hair because I've just done everything under the sun to my hair. And excuse me. And today I went to get a haircut, and I ended up not going with something that I particularly wanted, but something that would restore the health of my hair in the long run. And I ended up getting, it kind of looks real shaggy, but it's really edgy. And where before I would not have liked this haircut on myself, now I'm actually learning to embrace it, and I actually really like it. Genuinely really like it. And it's so funny because my grandma all my life told me that I would look great with a shag haircut, and this is when my hair was healthy. And I was like, no. And now I finally try it years later, and I love it. This is going back to the basics here. The energy here is going back to the basics, but also in a new way. It's revisiting what made us and adding the new little sprinkle of experience that we have onto it. It is not just knowing the new us and releasing the old us. It is integrating the new us into the us that remains, right? Because there was an old layer of self that got shed and transmuted, right? But then that core of that soul is still there, and we're just shedding light and embracing some new parts of it that we're finally allowing ourselves to see, meet, and reintroduce ourselves to. Okay? So yeah, this is the message that I have for you guys. I actually feel like I need to share this as a collective message, if you guys wouldn't mind. I just really feel like it needs to be heard. But this is what I have for you guys. I hope it resonated, and let me know your feedback. See you guys later.